Very good morning, folks. Ingo here. How are you doing? My first ride in over a week. I'm heading down to Cape Town. That's where I'm gonna meet my cycling legend Lester. I'm gonna go for a little ride south, somewhere south. I just spent 6 nights in Botswana, 4 nights in the Okavango Delta, which is like out of this world. And then afterwards we went 2 nights to the Linyanti area, so which is northeast of the Okavango Delta. Spectacular swamp next to the Namibian border. If you ever have the chance to go, do it. It's one of the most amazing places on earth. Here are a couple of clips for you. This is one of the beauties of cycling. You just, when you go somewhere, you take your bike and you can always do other things as well. You combine a holiday. Fantastic. Love it. But it's time to get on the bike now. Over a week eating and drinking. There's not much chance of a cycling in the bush. We'll be chased by lions and all sorts. Well, talking about traveling with the bike, many of you ask me, are you renting the bikes, are you taking your own, how you transport the bike? So over the many trips I did in my life with the bike, morning, I can recommend wherever possible take your own bike, because eventually it's more economical. It's you know what you have on site. There are good rental companies out there, but I prefer to have my own bike. This is my last ride for now in South Africa. I have to fly back to Europe tomorrow. My inner chain ring snapped. Here you can see the crack. See here? That's where it snapped. Inner chain ring. I have to do the big one. Big gears today. I won't tell anything to Lester. We see how I cope. Hope he's not punishing me too much. I tried to fix it. I went to a bike shop. By the way, it's one of the best bike shops. Extremely helpful, I must say. They're actually in Blauberg, called Forward in Motion. If you have any issue with the bike, go there. Boyd is the owner. Top notch. I can only highly recommend the guy. Beautiful. But this inner ring, there is none of them. It's a special fabric. Praxis is it's an American product. And there is no stock currently due to bloody COVID here in South Africa, so I have to fix it. I already got in touch with Praxis US, and they have a dealer network in Europe. Morning. And it falls within the warranty, so I'm gonna get a new one, hopefully soon. I almost forgot, we had 2 nights in the Victoria Falls as well, so we went to Zimbabwe. Check out that footage. I always wanted to go into a Devil's Pool, which is a little pool right at the edge of the waterfall. And usually you can do that from August till end of December. October is actually the best month to do it. So the river is not too high, the Zambezi, so you not get washed over the edge. Living on the edge, but it was just one of the most thrilling things I have ever done, I must say. If you're a little daredevil, don't give that one a miss. Highly recommended. And obviously the falls anyway. Amazing, a world wonder. Anyways, 2021 is, you're almost in November, comes almost to an end now. Have you got any goals for 2022? Now it's the right time to make some. Not on the 31st of December. Now, for example, if you want to go on a, if you want to do a Sportive, most of them start the entry, the enrollments right now. I know a couple of ones I am interested. Within a week you can actually register, book your ticket and start training. One of my favorites is the Cape Town Cycle Tour, as you probably know. On the 13th of March is the 2022 edition, and as of the 8th of November you can secure your entry. Another one I'm interested is on the 28th of May is the Gran Fondo de Valencia. I've been there. Spectacular riding. There are 3 different routes: short, middle. The short is 75 km. Morning. The middle one is 110, I think, and the big one is 190, but that's quite a nasty one. A lot of climbing involved. Almost forgot one in April. That's the Mallorca 312 on the island of Mallorca. Quite a popular one. 3 different routes as well. One is I think it's 125 km. The other one is 200, and the big one, I did it once and it's quite alright. 312 kilometers with 5,000 meters of climbing. So that's quite a challenge. You need to train a lot for that. Another 2 Sportives worth mentioning is the in Austria near Salzburg, Mondsee Radmarathon as well. 3 different length routes: short, middle, and then the big one 200. There's not that much climbing, 2,500, so that's doable. The scenery is out of this world. Lakes, big Alps, big climbs, highly recommended. And you can combine it with a trip to Salzburg, one of the most beautiful cities in the world, I guarantee you. Then I know another one, Ötztaler Gletscherkaiser it's called. Ötztaler is a valley in Austria bordering Italy, and there is one, it's called Gletscherkaiser XXL. It's a brute, I tell you. 120 kilometers only, but the climbing is 4,000 meters, and you end up on a glacier up on 2,750 meters. It's a brute. I did it 2 times. Oof, it's a nasty one, but the scenery makes it all up for it. In May time is the Gran Fondo Santini. Starts in Bormio. You can do as well I think 2 different routes, and the big one is you go over Mortirolo and Stelvio. Well, a lot of climbing, but you know, you need to challenge yourself. Another one maybe you should do once in your lifetime, but it's quite brute again. It's happening. The route goes through Austria, parts in Tyrol, and goes down to Italy, come back into Austria to Sölden. It's the Ötztaler Radmarathon, 238 kilometers, 5,500 meters climbing. So that's not for beginners. You need to be training for months to be ready for that. Otherwise you'll suffer immensely. Another thing you can aim for is, if you're really not a big fan of Sportives, then you can do maybe a cycling holiday. So you train yourself at home, get yourself fit, and then you go somewhere and do a ride with people. Not, obviously I'm not racing, just enjoying the scenery, landscape, the camaraderie. For example, I'm doing a big ride every year. That's the garden route from Port Elizabeth, South Africa, down to Cape Town. So the total distance with everything all included is almost 1,000 kilometers if you do the tour. It starts on the 1st of March ends on the 14th of March. 2-week cycling extravaganza, which includes as well the Cape Town cycle tour. So it's a training ride up to get really fit for that tour. So if you're interested, give me a shout. Then another thing, I'm gonna, obviously like every year, beginning of August, we're gonna have a boot camp in Bormio. All the big mountains. So if you like the mountains, come and join us. And we're gonna go Stelvio, Gavia, Umbrail, Mortirolo, Torre di Fraile. Amazing, amazing. So as we said, now it's the right time to plan your goals for 2022 and start training and look forward to 2022. So folks, what is your goal? Let me know. I must admit, I'm gonna miss these early morning rides. Nice temperature. Now I have to go back to Europe, freezing cold, indoor training. So it's gonna be a bit different. But the good news is I will be back soon. Now we're going into the waterfront. To the left. Well, I just met Lester, the legend, next to me. Say hello, Lester.
Hello.
So that just overtook me. I was filming, and all of a sudden, you heard, "Hey, you got a good, nice bike." So he is already sheltering off the wind before we started. Then in front, Elliot joined us as well. Olympian. Former Olympian, 100-meter sprinter for Scotland. Lester and I, we just made it up to Chapman's Peak. Lester's riding this beautiful pass about 3 times a week. It's his home ground. He knows every corner here. Lester, how are you doing? You're busy today, no?
Very busy, yes, sir. Yeah. With guys like you, I have to.
No, we keep you busy.
We appreciate you guys.
No, I always go for a ride with Lester because he's famous. When you take him for a ride, he always pays the coffee.
Thank you so much. It's all good for me. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Coming into Kalk Bay, beautiful spot, good for seafood, lovely restaurants down here. This video is about goals 2022. Lester, have you got any cycling goals coming up?
to ride more kilometers than last year.
Yeah, but you ride already 16,000 a year.
20, but next year 25.
Wow. Yeah, guys, get your act together. We need to keep up with Leicester. 25,000 kilometers next year, but this year. So last year he had a bad year, 15. This year 20,000. Wow, big numbers. Anyway, what are your goals this year? Let us know. Leicester is gonna say goodbye now. But we see each other soon.
Look forward to it.
Keep on pedaling, important.
Thanks to you, travel south. Cheers, Ingo. Okay.
Well, everybody, I'm back in Blauberg. Absolute fantastic ride. Thank you very much, Leicester. Thank you very much, Elliot. Much appreciate your company this morning. It was beautiful. All the way Cape Peninsula, then we came back through the suburbs, southern suburbs. Nice ride, 110 kilometers. What else you want on a Sunday? Thanks everybody for watching this little video. Hope you liked it. I hope you got a bit inspired to go back on your bike if you haven't been on it for a while. Let's do it. Well, thanks very much. Greetings, all the best from sunny Cape Town. See you soon somewhere on the road. Meanwhile, don't forget, keep on pedaling. Bye bye. Cheerio.